Hello there, friends. Welcome to North Medford. We are gonna do our exploration today, our highlighting of Southern Oregon, kind of close to home. A perennial favorite of the locals. We are going to go about 5 miles to the west down Jacksonville Highway to the town of Jacksonville. A remarkable day. One, because I get to spend time on two. I have not ridden the bike in a hot minute. It's either been snowing, dumping rain, or I've been tied up in assembling a shed in my backyard. But what a glorious Sunday this is. The sun is shining. It is 55 degrees. Oh man, that is nice. And we're gonna go visit Jacksonville. So as we ride out there, I guess I can give you a little bit of the history and whatnot. So the town of Jacksonville was named after Jackson Creek, which kind of flows out of the mountains in front of us up here. It kind of runs along out toward the Bear Creek and feeds into the Bear Creek out that way. But Jackson Creek was where they found placer gold in 1852, I think it was. So the Southern Oregon Gold Rush was kind of superseded by the famous 49 Gold Rush in Northern California. That California got all the attention, but there was actually a huge gold boom right here in Southern Oregon in the latter half of the 19th century. And it started in this little town of Jacksonville in the Jackson Creek. So the town of Jacksonville sprung up around the discovery of gold. And it thrived for a good while. Like, I think it was 52 when they discovered the gold. And then the town of Jacksonville was incorporated in 1860. And it was the county seat of Jackson County until 1826 or 27. So what happened was the 1880 construction of the California-Oregon Railroad bypassed Jacksonville, which was a major stagecoach stop at the time. But they didn't want to go off route from where they were building the railroad, so they bypassed it and went through the city of Medford. And then the decline of gold and the reroute and the bypassing of the railroad and everything kind of cemented the demise, quote unquote, of Jacksonville. And it started to plus there was like a major fire in, was it 1873? Or was it 1883? It was 73. There was a big, huge fire that burned a lot of Jacksonville. So all of that resulted in, this downturn of the boom. But what resulted was you're left with this little pearl of history that's kind of locked in time. You have the Oregon Historical Society and the National Preservation Society and all those. They kind of swooped down on the city and saved a lot of it. So a lot of these buildings are like original 19th century buildings out here. And it's a pretty cool little time travel. And then for us bikers and outdoorsy type, it is like it's like a crossroads. So in the hills above Jacksonville, up in these mountains, there's miles and miles and miles of hiking trails. So some of them actually follow along old gold mining canals and whatnot. So you can get up there and see some of the history of the gold boom. And then it's also, it leads out to Highway 238, which will take you all the way into Josephine County, or you can go south through Applegate Lake. And Applegate Lake, which we will visit in a later video, is like Southern Oregon's Mulholland. The Applegate Lake Road is our Mulholland. That's the road that all the bikers go to. Yeah, everybody it breaks their teeth, or cuts their teeth, it breaks their teeth. Yeah, a number of people have done that on that road also. But yeah, so yeah, here we are in Jacksonville, and through the Preservation Society and the Historical Society, even a lot of the like newer construction is set to kind of copy that 19th century style. So even the newer stuff will kind of blend in with the actual historical, which we'll come up to here in a second. One of the highlights, of course, being the old county courthouse. So they built the Jackson County Courthouse in 1883. So it was right there, like at the end of the boom of Jacksonville, right when they started building the railroad and everything started to go downhill. They built the Jacksonville City Hall here. Yeah, not courthouse, City Hall. And this was the county seat up until Medford took it in 27. And that's like the original 1883 building there. As is a lot of this road right here. This is the downtown historical area of Jacksonville. And it is, a lot of these buildings are 150 years old, something like that. They're 19th century buildings. You got your antiquing and your people that like to do that kind of quote unquote shopping stuff. But a huge draw for Jacksonville came about in the 1960s. I think it was the early 1960s. Decided they wanted a summer music festival here in Jacksonville. They found a natural amphitheater, and they started the Britt Music Festival. And it has kind of evolved into the Britt Music and Arts Festival. And it is now like one of the premier Pacific Northwest music festivals, and that's right here. And they have, all summer long, it's just like concerts and comedy and all kinds of stuff like that. You'll get everything from just like little local bands all the way up to huge AAA names playing here in this little. And compared to a lot of other amphitheaters out there, I guess it's kind of little. So here's one of those hiking trails I was talking about. Go out there, do a little hiking. Yeah, I'll throw up the past couple of years, the list of names that have actually played here. Some of them off the top of my head that I can think of is like Third Eye Blind, Jason Mraz, Ziggy Marley. Those are just a few that I can think of right off the top of my head. And yeah, so the town has a population of either just under or right around 3,000. But in the summer, during the Britt Festival, all the bread and breakfasts are full. The local hotels in Medford will fill up, and this town will just, the population will rise exponentially. And you'll see as many as like 30,000 people descend on this town in summer. It's pretty cool that, you know, this quaint little emerald jewel hiding 5 miles away from the, you know, the hustle and bustle of the I-5 corridor. Hey, you can see all the people in town, and this is just a January. Do a Segway tour right there. Yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of the town. It's quaint, it's little, it's quiet. You know, even during the music festival, it's not like it's loud and boisterous. It's still got that chill, mellow, like country town aspect to it. I think it's this one that'll get us back to Main Street. So this is Jackson Creek Drive right here. Just to give you an idea of how big of an influence that Jackson Creek had. Yeah, Jacksonville is kind of like the posh part of the valley. It's like the Beverly Hills of Southern Oregon. These are just the little in-town houses. Just imagine what the stuff up in the hills actually looks like. Yeah, those houses up there are just massive. like that, we're back to North 5th Street. This is the road that we came in on. So it was a quick little fun one. I hope you all enjoyed it with me. There is quite a bit to discover. There are little museums and little displays and all kinds of stuff that you can find hidden in nooks and crannies of the town. You know, there's good food. Back porch barbecue is a fan favorite. Then you've got the Gary West, where you can get all your jerky needs, your smoked meats and whatnot. Lots of bicycle type bikes, cyclists, I guess that's the word. We'll come out here just to ride on the Stathos Bikeway. It's a neat. I highly recommend that if you're in Southern Oregon, hitting up Jacksonville and just spending a day lurking around and seeing the sights. Oh, well. This whole field was hemp last year during the hemp boom. Looks like they cleaned it up and pretty nice. I heard a lot of people are going to start growing grass to kind of keep the weeds in the hemp down. Looks like that might be what they're doing there. Well, that is where I'm gonna call this video. Hope you enjoyed spending your time with me. I hope that you are subscribed to the channel. If not, you can hit that little subscribe button down there. Hit the notification bell to find out when new stuff comes out. Give me a like and a comment and let me know how I'm doing. This is the first time I've actually carried through on a series that I've said that I was going to do. And I am. I'm going to hold true to that, and I'm going to hopefully have one every other week for the entirety of 2020. There's so much to show off in Southern Oregon that I could probably spend the rest of my life riding around Southern Oregon and showing you guys all the cool stuff that there is. So, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and until next time, peace out.